to talk about a really important leg lock concept today, which is Kuzushi. Kuzushi is Japanese for off balancing. So you guys have probably heard this concept before, heard people talk about it. Basically, so let me have bottom outside Ashi on you, on this leg, and so you're on top. Okay. Yep, so basically, I'd say underneath for now, basically the whole point of off balancing, or Kuzushi, is that if he's on top and he has a good base, he has good balance, okay, the more opportunities to attack me he's gonna have, right? Whereas by contrast, the less balance he has, the less ability to attack me he's going to have, right? Because he's gonna have to be focused on maintaining his base or he's gonna fall down, okay? So we wanna constantly keep him on the defensive through off balancing so I can get through to my attacks. Like if he's attacking me, then I have to be defending, right? So off balancing keeps the offense on my side. Okay. The other thing it enables me to do is not just keep him on the defensive, it enables me to move his body in specific ways to get into different attacks. Okay, so we're gonna look at certain ways to do that today, specifically from this position outside Ashi. So if Rick is standing over me, yep, you're standing over me, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna take my left leg, cover my right leg, like so. Okay, my right leg, take the heel, dig it in like this to his thigh, and then your left leg comes on top and it meets in the center of your left leg. So don't make a full triangle, don't cross the angles, meet in the center like so. And I'm back heeling with both of my heels, so your toes should be pointed like this. If they're doing this, you don't really have a strong hamstring curl going on, so you want to be here like so. My left hand is gonna post at my thigh. Whenever my hips are really high, I wanna post on my thigh and provide a strong structure between my upper and my lower body. Okay, so now here, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna off balance him to the outside. Okay, that's probably the best direction I have for off balancing in this given position right now. Okay, so I take my right hand and put it on the floor, and I'm gonna take my knees to the outside and off balance him this way. Yeah, you get a couple different reactions. Let's come back. You'll get a couple different reactions. One possible reaction is he backsteps like he just did. Another reaction, let's go back, is he is gonna go down to his knee. So here, buckle him. Yeah, if he goes down to his knee, he's gonna increase his base there, right? Because more of his body is in contact with the floor. Okay, so he's standing again. Here, it's just his feet, obviously. And so now just stay on your feet and back step to keep your base. It's gonna be harder for him to keep his base. I can bump him, right? And it's harder for him because he's just on his feet, okay? Whereas if I bump him and he goes onto his knees, or his hips, that might happen too. Yeah. I bump him and he goes down to his knees. Yeah, this is one way he can keep his base. Okay, so this is what we'll start with, okay? He's standing up. We have a bottom outside Ashi. Your hips should be really close to his hamstring, guys. So I'm here, and look at, guys, the way I cross my legs is very important here. My right heel is on bottom, and I'm gonna back heel like so. The knee's basically pointing out, kind of in the same direction as his knee, not exactly, but in the same general area. Okay, now my left leg meets my ankle in the center of my left calf. Okay, my left hand posts on my thigh. All of this gets my hips up very, very high, and my hips are meeting his hamstrings. Okay, or hamstring rather. Now I go here, and I'm gonna bump him to the outside. Sometimes they'll just backstep to keep their base. That definitely does happen, and there's different things we can do when they do that. But for now, what's gonna happen is Rick's gonna go down to his knee to increase the amount of body contact he has with the floor and make his base wider. Okay, so we're gonna go here. Yeah, he goes down to his knee. Now from here, lower your hips and just take an ankle off. And then we're gonna do different things from here. Okay, makes sense, guys? All right, let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3. Before we actually go to the move that we're gonna do when we put him down to his knees, let's actually deal with what if, when we do this, he backsteps first, okay? So, you're gonna be standing. Yep. So we're in the same position. Yeah, you're standing. So, he's in the same position. And this time, so I'm gonna do it lighter so he won't fall. Just backstep, good, perfect. He's gonna backstep this time instead of falling down. Okay, so my hips are high. Okay, I bump him, and he just backsteps, good. When we do this, if I can't get around to his knee or to his hips, the hips will be even better. But if I can't get that, he backsteps. The moment that I do the off balance, there's an opportunity for me to move into an off balance in the other direction. So right now, he can keep his foot planted on the floor with a lot of strength. Okay, keep your foot planted on the floor. Right? If I go to reap here, keep your foot planted. If I go to reap here, I'm not gonna succeed. Or I might, but it's gonna be really hard, okay? If instead, I bump him to the outside, and then I go right into a reap, it's a lot easier, okay? So I'm here, because in that moment where he's off balance, okay, he has less weight on his foot. He's stumbling, right? So we're here, I bump him out. That's the first step. Look at how the knees go out. Now my knees are gonna go the other way, and I'm gonna take my left leg across the knee and lock my legs here. Okay, this is called a reap. Okay, from here, I'm gonna turn my knees down. Okay, let's turn this way. And now we have what's called a far hip Ashi. I don't have a full triangle here. I don't have my ankles crossed. Again, it's like kind of in the middle, right? Now, I'm gonna go back, catch the heel, okay? And we're able to roll into an outside heel. We won't do that yet, but we're gonna do that in a moment. He's standing, like so. I bump to the outside, and as I have him off balance in that direction, we're gonna take him, my knees go this way. Look, they're gonna go the other way. We can expose the heel. Okay, so we go back. So I'm here. He doesn't want me to take him down, right? If he's standing, this is gonna be better for him. He has more ability to push my legs down and free his knee. Yeah, let's go back. He has more ability to do that. Okay, so he would prefer to be able to stay on both his feet here. Okay, so I'm gonna take him outwards, and I reap. Try to make sure his knee stays inside your knee line here. So this is my knee line. Okay, the line between my knees. If his knee comes out of that, it's not as good for me. Okay, you try to keep his knee inside my knee line. Okay, that makes it a lot easier to leg lock him. All right, makes sense, guys? All right, give this a try. 1, 2, 3. Guys, we're gonna go back to knocking him down to his knee, and we're gonna do the same move that we just did. We're gonna reap over into a far hip Ashi. But I wanted to show from the standing position first, because I think it does a good job of illustrating, like, I think it illustrates really, like, easily the concept of Kuzushi. Like, you're taking him one way to off balance him, and then you're taking him the other way to off balance him, which is how we want to use Kuzushi. You don't want to just go in one direction. You want to go one direction and then the other to constantly keep him, like, you know, off balance, right? So let's look at it again. This time on his knee. So we'll start standing. Yeah, I'm gonna put you down your knee. So we're here, guys. So we saw there's a couple reactions we can get to this off balance. He might backstep. He might go down to his hips, which would be the best. Or he might go down to his knee. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is this time he's gonna go to his knee. Okay. My hips come high. I off balance him to the outside. He goes down to his knee. The first thing to do here, guys, make sure that as soon as you fall down, look at where my knees are pointing. This is not where I want to be if he's on his knee. Because here he can come around this space on the outside and start smashing me. Yeah, let's go back. Okay, so as soon as you land here, you have your knees pointed to the outside for the off balance. Right away, I take my heels into his thigh, get my hips off the floor, so I can turn them to face him. Now my right shin is acting as a barrier between his upper body and mine. It's harder for him to come towards me. If he ever like moves your leg to the outside, just do the same thing. Wait, stay here. Just do the same thing where your heels come into the hips and you turn towards him, okay? And here we're also gonna take an ankle lock. Okay, whenever my hips come low, I wanna have some means by which I can prevent the ankle from going backwards. Okay, this is obviously pretty bad for me. He can smash me there. And I don't have too many offensive options. Okay, now from here, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna get another way to off balance him to get into the far hip Ashi. Okay, so turn this way. Stay right here. I'm gonna take, it's kind of like a rear naked choke grip. It's not exactly like a rear naked choke because I'm not going to my bicep. I'm gonna go to my wrist or wrist forearm area. Okay, and grip right here. This right hand is like able to push. I'm gonna take my right heel, go into his hip, like so. Now my left foot goes to the floor, and I'm gonna hip out and turn to face him even more. His foot will start to come off the floor here usually, okay, this is what we're trying to get. Now my left foot will go underneath his hamstring, and I step on my own calf and shin. Okay, this is called butterfly Ashi here. Now here, it's really easy for me to turn my hips to the inside, facing towards him, and keep weight off this foot, okay? Now when he goes to put weight on the foot, it's really, really hard, okay? I can push with my arms and my shins, okay? And now what I'm gonna do is my left knee, right now it's pointed to the outside. I'm gonna start to point it down and that turns him even more in the direction of where we're gonna take the reap. Okay, now my left leg is gonna come over the top, and we do the same move as before. We catch the heel hook, like so. Okay, now we're gonna go into the actual heel hook. Okay, so just go, Rick, you're gonna go slow, okay? So I'm gonna take my elbow in towards my hip, and we're gonna roll in this direction, so nice and slow. As we're doing this, okay, keep going, and stop right here. I'm gonna, once we're like belly down, I'm gonna take my chest into the shin. So let's keep going. And then I connect my hands. Keep going, and I throw my feet to the outside. So when I land, it's with a bent leg, okay? His leg is not straight, okay? We're gonna finish the heel hook next, but let's land in a position where it's gonna be easy to finish the heel hook. Okay, let's go back. You can't always get this, guys. There's gonna be times when you're not able to bend the leg, but if we can, it's gonna be better for us. So we'll just start on the knee. Yeah, so we're here. We got him down to one knee, all right? Heels go into his thigh, so I can get weight off my hips, turn to face him, okay? Now from here, we take this grip. I'm gonna use that to start pushing with the left foot on the floor to get my hips facing towards him even more. And I wanna make space here for my left foot underneath his hamstring, okay? I step right here. Okay, now it's even easier to turn to face him. I kind of like finalize turning him in this way with my left knee coming down. Okay, now my left leg's gonna pummel over the top, and I chop right here, cross my legs, turn my knees down to the floor, catch the heel. Okay, when we do this part rolling to the outside Ashi, guys, go very, very slow. Okay, we're gonna roll this way. We roll. When we're belly down, we do like a crunch inwards. We keep going. I connect my hands and I let my legs fall to the outside. We're gonna finish from an outside Ashi. If my legs stayed over here, this is a good position to expose the heel, but not a good position to finish the heel hook, because he can just keep spinning, okay? Yeah. He can just keep spinning. Okay. No. He can just keep spinning. We're gonna finish from an outside Ashi, where now his spin goes against my legs. Yeah, if he spins that way, I'm gonna take my legs that way and I'm gonna finish him, so he's not gonna be able to. If he's here, so don't actually spin. If he's here, he could just keep spinning forever, right? So you wanna stop him here, okay? So we'll show just one more time, come up to your knee. So here. You catch, you roll, crunch in. And look at my legs, guys. They're gonna fall to the outside. So a little bit more. They're gonna fall to the outside, and we're gonna finish them here. Okay, makes sense, guys? All right, let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3.